Hello everyone, my name is Bhoom Tansirimas, and today I'll be talking about climate change, and also what me and my family have been doing for the past 4 years. As all of you may know, the impact of climate change is here. Events have gotten more intense and more frequent. Droughts, storms, heavy rain, and sea waters are rising too. The recent floods in Germany, China, India, and Thailand are partly an effect of this. Weather events and natural disasters are predicted to be 5 times more frequent and 7 times stronger in the future. Greenhouse gases are trapping heat in the earth and it's warming up. Even though it's only warmed to about 1 Celsius, which doesn't look like much, but it's managed to melt out a large chunk of ice in the Arctic that's making seawaters rise, and as a chain effect causing islands to drown. The Republic of Kiribati is predicted to drown completely within 2050, and a lot of its inhabitants have evacuated already. It might not be happening just yet, but it will, and if we don't take action now, we won't be able to stop it then. If we're still devastated by normal natural disasters right now, we don't stand a chance against stronger versions of them. And we are all part of the cause of climate change. Businesses, organizations, and people. There are some countries that are taking serious action in this. So, I picked a few examples for you. Firstly, Taiwan, which is known for its large amount of waste, banned one-time use plastics and put a price on utensils, bags, and foam containers. And also, if you want the garbage truck to pick up your waste in the evening, you have to put it in a government-issued blue bag with a barcode. Otherwise, they don't take it. This makes people think because now their garbage actually costs something, and it's a great way to encourage people to produce less waste. Then, recyclable materials, you can put it in any type of bag and the truck will take it. This encourages people to recycle more because it doesn't cost anything. Now, the recyclable materials are taken to a factory and repurposed into plastic flakes for molding, and other products such as sunglasses, slippers, or pens. This is a great way to reduce damage done to the environment by both dealing with limiting the source and what comes from it. Using this, Taiwan turned their biggest problem into their greatest asset. Also, in Morocco, they created the largest solar farm in the world. It generates enough power to power up an entire 460 kilometers squared of city area. That's twice as large as Scotland. Solar energy has a very great potential in Thailand because of our exposure to the sun. And if we're willing to invest, the only other cost we'll need to pay for is maintenance. And other than that, it's just drawing energy from the source we all have access to, the sun. So some scientists will say it's too late to stop this climate change or that we've run out of time. But I say we should do what we can, even if it's just to slow it down. We've seen the Earth recovering slowly from the economical blip during the COVID-19 pandemic, but then we kind of recovered and then started using even more single-use plastics. Well, back to the story of my family that I wanted to tell you about. In February 2017, when I was in 4th grade, I started a homeschool project called Mission to Green, where we would set goals on how many single-use plastic items that we would refuse during a month and try to reach those goals. We set a goal initially of 100 single-use plastics, including plastic cups, foam containers, bags, and other stuff. And we quickly surpassed those goals and our expectations as well. Surprisingly, single-use plastic, a lot of it is unnecessary, such as if you want to carry a small packet of gum, they give you a plastic bag that's 4 times its size, and that's unnecessary. You can just carry the gum in your hand or put it in your pocket. That's what we did. And so, after that, we raised the bar and challenged ourselves further to reduce waste even further. We also invited our Facebook page followers to start doing the same thing, but start from simple steps such as refusing plastic bags or carrying around your own reusable water bottle. And that was actually one of the main inspirations for the project, carrying around your own reusable water bottle, because my dad used to buy coffee every day and it came in a plastic cup. Since he bought it every day, there were a lot, and there were enough to build a small wall for me to play with when I was a kid. We all saw this as a problem, and my dad decided to buy a reusable water bottle to save on this. Imagine if he used plastic cups for every single day of the year that he buy coffee. That's 365 plastic cups that will stay for another 450 years on this earth. By buying that reusable bottle, we save a lot of waste from going to Mother Nature. Now later on, we also challenged ourselves to do some waste-free grocery shopping, to not receive any one-time use waste at all. This has a big problem in it because we shopped in a supermarket and there's a lot of things that come pre-packaged. Actually, most things come pre-packaged in supermarkets. So we decided to change our shopping locations from a supermarket, which is easy and convenient, to a fresh market, where products come unpackaged, but we save on waste. To contain meat and all that stuff, we use our own containers and bring it back home. All this we did just to minimize waste. And then we expanded even more to using reusable lunch boxes whenever we went to buy food. And we would always check the bag for one-time use cutlery because we didn't need those. We had those at home. We also checked them for extra seasoning such as chili or sugar because they also came in one-time use packaging. We were able to reduce plastic so much that eventually it became a problem because we ran out of plastic bags to store our waste in. We found a solution around this, however, by reusing the plastic packaging that comes with our product, with the product we buy. Like rice bags. Rice bags are really good for storing sharp objects like broken plates, broken glass, broken mirrors, other stuff that I managed to break. And also bags for food. These small bags are good for storing food or wet waste because we don't produce that much of it a day, like food scraps and stuff. It's usually enough. After 6 months or so, this eventually became normal. So we started looking into more ways that we can waste separate. Now we separate wet waste and dry waste. Instead of throwing it all away together, the wet waste we throw away on a daily basis while the dry waste can wait. Because the wet waste is very little, we only throw away a little every day. Before this we mixed it, and we had to throw away a large bag of waste every day. But now it's only a small bag because it's mostly food scraps or banana peels or stuff. And for the dry waste, we reuse it. Personally for me, I make toys for my brother out of cardboard that we get from packages. And for other stuff, because we're not perfect and we can't always deal with everything, for stuff that we really can't deal with, we give them to an organization or a waste separation or facility that can. For example, we drop batteries off at a drop point near my home, and for glass bottles, which we can't exactly deal with, we give them to a waste separation facility. We also wash and flatten milk cartons to give them to an organization who can recycle the materials from them, and we shred our used paper to use as cushioning for our packages we send. All this might sound really complicated, but it actually isn't. It's really simple and easy once you get used to it. But if you want to start out on this, you should start from the simpler, the basic stuff, such as refusing plastic bags and using reusable water bottles. This way, you won't feel that it's strange or complicated, and once you're used to those, you can move on to bigger things without getting scared. Well, that's about it for what we did and what we're still doing today, even though our impact isn't of much significance. But I hope I can inspire more people to try and look for ways where they can save the world. And large organizations or large corporations, their actions will have a much bigger impact than any individual. So I hope one day, when large corporations and people work together, we can create a better future for generations to come. Thank you.